to you?
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Okay. As usual, we'll just wait 2 minutes.
Since the dawn of
But since Final Fantasy V isn't the game that we are playing next, which game are you suggesting?
It'll probably be 8 unless some other game like I'm super interested in happens to go on sale. But other than that, the only other one I'd probably be interested in would be something from the 13 series, but I'd like to avoid playing any of those for now.
Yep. We're not sure if your computer can handle it, so...
Oh no, it can handle it perfectly. It's just that I don't think there's a lot of people who would be as excited to see us play those games compared to the more popular ones.
I don't know, I mean, Final Fantasy VIII is a mixed bag just like Final Fantasy 13, so...
The Azure Dragon.
That's true.
Unclouded eyes that see all.
Final Fantasy VIII is one of those games that people either love or hate, and Final Fantasy 14 is exactly the same. For example, I don't like Final Fantasy VIII that much, but I enjoy the 13 series, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a fanboy for the 13 series. Alright, we hit our 2 minutes.
Yep, let's get this started.
Alrighty. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Final Fantasy stream. We are your hosts, Jared and Mike. Today we'll be playing through Final Fantasy Type-0, and Mike will be taking charge. As we discuss our thoughts on the current events of Type-0, we'll answer any questions you want to ask us through the chat. Our goal is to play through the end of the story, after which we will choose another game in the Final Fantasy library to play. We stream on Saturdays at around 9 a.m. Central Time, and on Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Time. So, Mike, we are actually very close to the end here, aren't we?
Yep, we just finished chapter 7, and now we're on to the last chapter, which, in my opinion, completely turned the story upside down.
Yeah, this is definitely when you realize that they did not spend quite as long on the story as they should have.
You can say that it was the PlayStation's portable limitation, so they have an excuse.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say that, but then I look at the other Square Enix PSP games you got, like Crisis Core and Birth by Sleep, and those were definitely more fleshed out story-wise.
Well, but to be honest, Type-0 was supposed to be part of the Nova Crystallis mythology, so to say. So I'm guessing they were expecting to expand the story in future titles. That might be the reason. At least that's how I see it.
Mm. Well, I would agree with you, except I've seen interviews where the producer of the series, he himself said that they did not spend time on the story like they should have.
They probably were expecting to do a sequel. I mean, this AG remaster teased a possible game after this one. Although I must be honest, I don't see how they'll continue with this story. I mean, it's just about this world is just about an endless cycle that it keeps repeating over and over, and the secret ending just seems like another cycle. I mean, that secret ending clearly shows Ace, and he's supposed to be dead after this game.
Yes, well, I mean, considering that, well, at least to me, it seems like each cycle took place in the same setting, in the same world, so when I saw that secret ending, my thoughts were that this was a whole parallel universe type deal, kind of like how they did with Chrono Cross for Chrono Trigger. It's a sequel, but it's in another universe, so things are very different.
I don't know, I never played the Chrono Trigger, so...
Oh my goodness, that's like the classic.
I know, my bad.
Oh, for shame.
No, it's because I started playing JRPGs really late. I mean, nine was my first, and I played 10, 12, and only then I went back to play the classics like 7, Tactics, 4, and so on. And I eventually missed some titles like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, well, Chrono Trigger I didn't actually play until I got a Wii, and I bought it for like $8 or $10.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty late to the game. Also, I was almost as late to it as I was to Final Fantasy, because I didn't play it until the PSP came out.
Interesting.
So, Mike, where are we heading? We heading back home to Academia?
Yep, it's the only place you can go now. You can't even enter towns at the moment.
Right, because we just defeated the general in the mech, and he essentially saved both armies by taking the ultimate bomb that was hidden in his ship out to space, which is kind of sad.
Indeed, I mean, like I said in a previous stream, he's an enemy, but he isn't exactly a bad person. Quite the opposite, to be honest.
Yeah, he's an honorable guy.
We've just received word that the White Peristyllium is under our control.
So, it's finally ours. It gave us more trouble than I expected.
And what of Sid Alstein?
We are trying to find him, but
If we've subdued the crystal of the White Tiger, he will be helpless.
yes.
Thus, Orience is united under Rubrum, the Vermilion Bird.
Not yet. Just... Ren? Ren? With loud noise, the wheels of time turn, carving out hours that cannot return. 1, 2, 3, 4. The time is ripe. The first seal is opened, and the voice of thunder is heard throughout the world.
In other words, this is the real time.
When 9 months of command, the dead is freezing still. When the seal of creation soars across, in all the earth knowledge, the voice of the commander shall sound.
With all things, forth of the living.
That shall be the word.
We have arrived.
On this day, the world changed. All of a sudden, the sky turned red, and the ocean was dyed black.
That moment that the screen turns red, it's really creepy.
Yep. And so we really didn't spend much time in our playthrough reading through the book that basically tells you the history of everything. But basically what's happened is we've hit, I believe it's pronounced Tempest Finis.
Out of the Sumerian seas arose a temple like none the world had seen.
And
from which
basically
the
a time where
wreak havoc on
if
all of
Agito hasn't appeared yet,
Dominion lost
basically
contact
these
with all academia
beings
divisions, as well as Chancellor Kali. The Lathesian and Machina.
what's it's the name in English? Because I played in Japanese, and so their Japanese name is different from the English version. I think it's called Lulusat, if I'm not mistaken.
Academia was in utter chaos.
No, instead of Tempest Finis.
Amidst the turmoil,
No, but these beings that are attacking me now.
Ah,
disclosing Class Zero's once covert operations.
I think it's that
The surviving cadets held
Lulusat or
Class
something
Zero
like that. But
responsible for the
at least in the
domain
Japanese version, so I'm not sure if their name is different in the English version.
Verdict. Fini.
But basically, if these monsters come and basically destroy everything if Agito hasn't appeared at the end of a cycle.
Yeah, I find it interesting how in this game Type-0 kind of gets blamed for everything.
Sorry?
I think it's kind of interesting that Type-0, they're always, well, Class 0, they're the ones who get blamed for everything.
We're doomed! It's all over! It's Tempest beneath! Those verses will massacre every last one of us! Calm down. Everyone's scared.
Yeah, I say that because during the narration a minute ago it was saying how as soon as everything went bad they started blaming Class 0 again.
Always the same. Before I was saying that the name was Lulosat, but basically it's different in the English version. It appears that their names are verses. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yes.
Okay, so they change a lot in comparison to the Japanese version then.
Yeah, well, that's pretty common when anything gets imported from one country to another. Like, with the Monster Hunter series, a lot of the fandom, they'll follow what the Japanese monster names are, and they'll then give you the English comparisons. I mean, sometimes we'll get a small difference, sometimes it's not even close to the original translation, but that's pretty common with any game that gets imported.
Yep.
How? What should we do? How are we supposed to survive? There's nowhere to run. We're all going to die. It's over.
They used to depend on us. All of them. Now they've turned against us.
Ha! Fine! Just let him hate us.
All we did was carry out the campaigns Mother and the Dominion brass gave us.
They just want some place to vent their anger.
Or perhaps this is simply our fate. As you know, those once hailed as heroes are doomed to be hunted as heathens.
What the heck is going on? It makes no sense.
Let's calm down and assess the situation. The main problem is, I think we first need to,
You don't see that every day. Queen's panicking.
I'll have you know this is quite serious, Jack. Rem still hasn't woken up.
Yeah. She just passed out. And she's been unconscious ever since. Why didn't she tell us she was sick?
She didn't want us to worry. That must have been her reasoning.
Yeah, that's probably it. She always did lie to us whenever we brought up health issues.
What? Seven! You could tell when Remsky was lying?
Well, couldn't everybody?
Apparently, Rem's been sick for a long time. Mother said that current science can't cure her.
The doctors all said her phantoma is in such a weakened state that she may never awaken again.
You're all bumming me out. Try to be a little more positive, would ya?
Yo, where'd that punk Machina go off to? Rem's in trouble. She needs him, that jerk.
Since all of us remember who Machina is, that's proof that he's still alive.
So where is he then?
It feels as if Class 0 is beginning to fall apart.
The gloom. It's too much.
But It's hard not to be depressed in this situation.
Listen, acting all gloomy's not gonna wake Rem up or find Machina. If we don't cheer up, we'll just sink deeper and deeper until we drown in sadness.
But cheering up won't change anything either.
It will. If we stay positive, we can picture a brighter future. Then we can come up with better ideas.
Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Jack,
What?
for the first time in my life, I respect you.
Aw, you're making me blush. Wait, that's not a compliment.
If we have time to worry, then we have time to do something. Right? Let's get some information.
The seal has been broken, and the souls have been released.
Mother, what happened?
Will you children be able to make it?
What?
Will you darlings be able to make it beyond the void, in spite of the minuscule, no, infinitesimal probability of success?
Mother, what are you talking about?
I want you all to write the final page yourselves.
Huh?
None of you have ever chosen your own way of living. Not once.
We haven't chosen our way of living?
Queen, you understand, don't you?
You mean the Akashic records?
Precisely. Recorded in those pages are the will of the crystals, the cogs driving your destiny. All you have done throughout your lives is dutifully carry out the orders you've been given, as written in the records.
That's...
So I want you to choose your own endings. This is the final freedom I give you as humans. Yes, you are all human. Humans cannot choose how they are born. However, humans are the only ones who can choose how they live and how they die. So choose, darlings, and inscribe the final page as you see fit.
Boy, she was acting different.
It was like she made even less sense than normal. My brain hurts. I mean, of course we're human. Right, hey?
Mother told us to choose. But what exactly are we supposed to choose?
For me, this particular cutscene was when I started to realize that Mother wasn't just an ordinary human.
I think I kind of suspected it since the beginning, just because of how she tended to treat like all the leaders and everything. But I mean, yeah, this part definitely kind of cemented that fact.
Exactly, I had my suspicions, but this particular cutscene pretty much confirmed it.
By the way, did you notice how earlier did you notice that the leaders were talking about how they were going to now unite all of Orient since they now had all the crystals?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it's kind of interesting that at first the government started out to where they were just trying to defend themselves, then as the war goes on, they basically do the exact same thing Sid was trying to do, except instead of starting the war, they just take advantage of it.
Not that you mention it, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I would have assumed that after the war was over, they would have done something such as maybe limit the military of their enemies, make them sign even more strict contracts, and then hand them back their crystals. But I wouldn't have expected them to try to basically rule all over Orients by taking all the crystals.
I mean, our leaders aren't exactly so correct as well as the malicious empire. So, because for example, you have that leader that's always playing me not Type 0. I'm messing up badly now. Class 0 for all their actions, and he even was behind all the death speech about Type 0. Damn it! Sorry, I'm really messing up now. I'm not sure what's going on, but Class 0. So I can understand why when they are in advantages now. I can understand why they want the crystals.
Hey there, guys!
What are you doing in the war room at a time like this?
I'm here because it's a time like this. We're in trouble. The Chancellor is missing.
What?
It's like, how can he leave us during this crisis, right? I can't contact the Consortium. And I can't even get a hold of Dr. Erasha.
Mother too?
At first I thought the Rursus got him. But then I realized I still remember them. So they must be alive.
So, in that case, who's taken charge of the Dominion?
That's the problem. No one. The chain of command is completely shot. So, I thought I'd at least take over here.
So, what's the situation?
Bad. Those Rursus things are attacking Rubrum as we speak. The cadets who went to fend them off are helpless against them. A lot of them are dead.
Dominion cadets? Dead?
From what I've heard, it looks like Rursus destroy Phantoma in living people.
So, we can't heal them?
You can see how we lost so many.
We have to do something. Fast.
Well, you won't get any orders. You can only rely on yourself and your allies. I might get more information. Stop by again later. This is just about all I can do.
I wish they had mentioned this a lot earlier until the end of the game, but it is interesting how Phantoma is the reason why they're able to heal each other, and why they can avoid such huge casualties at war.
I mean, the game sort of implies when it explains that the cadets of Class 0 can still use magic despite the crystal jammer. It's because they use the Phantoma, which is basically extracted from human souls. So they can explain that at the beginning.
I don't believe they actually explained Phantoma at the beginning of the game. I believe it was at the end.
I think it was around chapter 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, where I'm wrong is that I'm thinking of what they explain what Phantoma actually is. Like, up till now we think it's just magic, but as I think we'll see in a couple cutscenes forward, that they'll explain precisely what Phantoma is. That's not just mana, but something a little more precious.
Okay.
So, that's my bad.
So much dialogue in this particular section.
Oh yeah, I should tell you something. That Empire guy, Sid, he went into that temple.
Sid? What is he thinking?
I don't know. I couldn't even guess. Huh? What's up?
The airship! We can't even get close to the temple. We'll be wiped out at this rate. No! Somebody help us!
Hey, what happened? Respond! Dang. What about the others? No good. Don't tell me they were all wiped out. You guys! Stay away from there.
Only the chosen may enter that land. The chosen will touch all creation and obtain that which is truth.
It is reason outside of reason. The reason of Agito.
It is power, the authority of Agito.
And the sage proclaims,
In all things there is meaning.
in all things, mourning will end.
Make your choice. Will you choose reason or the power of kings?
I will become Agito.
I will sound the knell to shake all the world. When 9 and 9 meet 9, the depths of reason shall stir. When the seal of creation is broken, a voice like thunder shall sound, and thou shalt know. We have arrived.
What's that?
It's a passage from the Nameless Tome.
Are you saying Sid's going to be Agito?
Not necessarily. I only remembered it because the situation is similar.
A little too similar.
If Sid were to become Agito,
What will happen to the Dominion?
I guess we can't just simply ignore this.
There's something I'd like to discuss with you all. It's a matter of great import.
I don't understand why they are worried about Sid trying to become Agito. I mean, Agito is just someone meant to end this cycle and save the world, so...
We will inform you as soon as we
I don't understand why they're worried that Sid might attack the Dominion.
Well, considering how power hungry he is, he would probably try to do both. He'd probably try to save the world and then conquer it.
I don't know, I always had this impression that Sid was just trying to attain the crystal so that he could become Agito and save the world, so... at least that's how I see it.
This is a personal announcement. I know things look bad right now, but we have to hang in there.
So, what did you want to tell us?
It's about the temple that appeared behind the peristilium.
You know about that?
The land of judgment. Pandemonium. Inside that temple resides a judge, waiting to perform the final judgment and determine whether Agito has been born into the world.
Does the vast number of Ursus have something to do with it too?
Yes. They are to eradicate the world if there is no Agito. Depending on the outcome of the final judgment, they might go away.
Might?
Yes. Nothing is written beyond the judgment.
That's the last page Mother was talking about.
Yes.
So, what should we do?
You should know. That's not my decision to make. Everyone, what do you want to do?
Huh? What do we want to do?
Hey, what does the judge want to do? Why is he judging?
What does the judge want to do? That's a good question. He would want to complete the focus the crystals gave him. Or so I would think.
But it's not like we gave him the focus.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So he's gonna erase the world if there's no Agito? I don't ever remember saying that was okay.
So what do we do? Save the Dominion, the world, from the verses?
No way. We're just cadets. We can't save the world.
Well, whether or not we're just cadets, we've never gone into battle without receiving orders before.
So we have to decide how our last page is to be written, huh?
Now what? I mean, let's face it. It's not like we have a lot of options. Do we face the Rursus and protect Rubrum?
Or do we just wait here until they completely annihilate the Dominion?
How about forgetting all this and running away?
If that judge, or whatever he's called, is calling the shots, we could go beat him up, right?
Yo, I like that. It's simple. Like going on a mission. Besides, protecting people ain't my thing. I'd rather knock some teeth out.
When one other than Agito stands before the judge, his life will return to nothing.
Huh?
That's what's written in the Nameless Tome. If what the tome says is true, then becoming Agito might be the only way to get to the judge.
Yet, were becoming Agito such a simple feat, then I think someone would have done it by now.
Indeed. However, have you by chance forgotten that Mother is gone now?
Oh, that's right. Without Mother's assistance, we can't wake up after losing in battle.
Yeah, you're right. We've never had to fight a battle without Mother's help before.
So we just sit quietly and die with Rubrum?
We can divide our responsibilities and carry out the healing ourselves.
Oh, nice idea.
Have you forgotten? Wounds inflicted by the Rursus destroy Phantoma. There is no way to heal that.
So whatever we choose, we end up dead. It's like she told us to choose how to die.
Choosing how to die? Wow. Doesn't that mean that we can also be choosing how to survive? You know, you can be pretty clever sometimes. Attack hut! Goodbye.
Let me just see if I can get some items before the final dungeon.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to want some potions.
I have 59, should be enough. And my equipment is really good as well, so we should be fine. I think we can't lose anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Celestia, is that you?
It has gained that which is truth in the land of judgment.
No way. Sid is Agito?
If you would go there as well, I shall be your escort.
Why?
The land of judgment cannot be reached by mere mortals. Only a l'Cie can open the way. The Vermilion Peristylium currently has no l'Cie, so I will act in their stead.
I bet it's a trap.
This is a choice that I have made. All of you may choose to do as you please. There isn't much time left, however, for you to debate the matter. I am only able to retain my human consciousness for the present, while the dragon remains unharmed.
I'm not sure if that was explained in the game, but assuming that only l'Cie can get into the castle, so I'm assuming that Machina was accompanying Sid.
That's what I was thinking.
I think that not even the second playthrough explains that, but I'm assuming that's what happened.
We killed your son. Why are you offering to aid us?
My hatred lingers. But now, I wish to believe in the future Mistress Kaya envisioned. The one for which she sacrificed her life.
Mistress Kaya?
Queen Andoria Kaya of Concordia.
What? You still remember Her Majesty?
When I became a lessee, Her Majesty's dragon returned my memories of her to me. Mistress Kaya had the power to see the future. Therefore, she knew that her visiting Milites would bring about her certain death.
Then, why did she...
She must have believed that it was necessary. That is what Mistress Kaya chose. The same is true of me. I have chosen a path at variance with the will of the Azure Dragon Crystal. I see. So, I will now lose everything. Bound by my family name, I defended my kingdom and my people as the Akatoki Warden, and even lost my son. But now, it ends. Is this the path I've chosen? You have a choice to make. You are to choose your own paths. Follow the path in life to find your death.
What the hell was that?
She's fallen.
Then... she's... Yes. She is no longer in this world.
Could this be?
So that part always confused me a little bit, because we know she didn't die, she just turned into a dragon. But everyone else seems to think that she's dead.
You're the
It doesn't make much sense. Maybe she turned into a dragon but lost her consciousness, so maybe that's what they were saying. I mean, she
yeah,
did
I was thinking maybe she turned into a fal'Cie, and maybe that's what they meant, but they didn't specifically say that. So I've never been sure about it.
Who do you think you are?
Within my dark clutches You shall die a slow death.
Let's split up and take them out one by one.
Okay, I'll take Ace. I need to take Ace to the left because there's a particular section that's really hard, and I need a character that it's easy to dodge. So.
Bringing Sync with you this time.
Sorry?
You're bringing Sync with you this time.
Yep. For healing. I mean, I'm using King. I'm hoping to use King and Jack, so I need a character that's good for healing. And since I don't really use Sync, might as well be a support in battle.
For judgment.
Yeah, even though there's not necessarily a lot going on in these levels or these dungeons, all the little things they're doing here with fire definitely make the place intimidating.
You are now authorized to proceed. Let's go.
And the fact that the dungeon itself is really easy makes it even less intimidating. Because the Japanese version was a lot harder.
Are you up to the
especially this area.
Yeah, I think they may have taken it a tad too far when they tried to make it easy for single player.
Jack makes things really too easy.
Yeah, he does. Especially if you're actually putting some effort into getting him new armor and weapons. That's kind of interesting. Whenever you level him up, some of the new skills you get, it's not necessarily new skills, it's just that he can do more slashes back to back in a row.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, just one strike sometimes isn't enough. That's why
technically that's all you need. You don't need him to do anything special, you just need him to hit more than once.
That's why I'm always spamming his Conqueror attack. He does like 5 strikes in a row.
What kind of Phantoma is that you're getting from them? I think it might have said Ivy.
Sorry?
What kind of Phantoma are you getting from the Roofers? Or the Phantoms?
Let me see. There's still this one. Jasmine Phantoma, Ivy Phantoma.
I don't recall there being anything you need this type of Phantoma for.
Maybe some side quests. I mean, there's that guy next to Arisha's room, and basically is always has some side quests about Phantoma. So there's maybe a particular side quest for that, but I really don't think there's anything else.
Let's go.
That you need that kind of Phantoma. Okay, I think it's this section that I really need Ace.
This should be easy for you.
Yep.
We already came this way.
Oh, I remember this one, yeah.
doing these
since you
quests is
mentioned
easy.
side quests, since you mentioned side quests, I do like the fact that a lot of these side quests do add to the story, but I do wish they had somewhat better rewards.
There are some rewarding side quests, but there are not many. Most of them just give you potions, high potions, and some ordinary items. Didn't you notice that the portal was here?
Let's go.
This particular section is the reason why I brought King this way.
You should at least.
Because hitting those targets up there is much more easier with him.
Right.
Our attacks fail.
Another reason I think why I liked the side quest so much was that, unlike Crisis Core, which was the game that was worked on before this one, even though there were a lot of side quests, they never really add anything to the story, other than like maybe you see a couple characters early, like Yuffie. But you did get, I think, somewhat better rewards.
That's true. I remember getting a lot of Phoenixes down, which are really rare in Crisis Core, and I got a bunch of them just doing side quests. So.
Yep, Square Enix needs to hurry up and put that game on Steam.
And on PSN as well. I mean, the game is not even available in digital format, so you can't exactly play it on PlayStation Vita.
I have a theory behind that. So you know how none of the Kingdom Hearts games are available digitally because of some weird contract obligation with the woman who does the openings for Kingdom Hearts, right? Well, if I remember correctly, in Crisis Core, whenever Zack dies and Cloud's crying, there's a song that plays, and it's called Why. I don't believe Square composed that song. I believe they got someone else to do it.
Authorized.
So I'm thinking there's a similar issue.
That's probably the reason, but at least for Kingdom Hearts, that has to change with Kingdom Hearts 2.8 because all games that are available on PlayStation 4 need to be available in digital format. So Square.
That's a requirement now?
Yep, it's a requirement. So Square will have to do something about it.
Oh, holy cow! Hopefully we'll start seeing the other collections available soon as well, digitally.
Who knows? Probably. But I mean. 1.5 and 2.5 aren't exactly mandatory since they are not on PS4, but 2.8 it's a different case.
Right.
And I don't get it why this Iron Giant just doesn't die.
I believe we gotta wait for the cursor, yep. It was the cursor.
If you pick a quarrel with us, be prepared to risk your life.
Yeah, Iron Giant, did he not appear until the Final Fantasy IX games? Or was he around sooner than that?
I seek a strong heart, worthy to be Odyssey. A query. Wilt thou become the sea and protect me, the Vermilion bird?
This is the choice that the game was pretty much talking about over the last 40 minutes. Basically, if you become a LC, you gain immense power, but you're doomed to fail because you'll fight Ursus until you die. So it's basically a game over scenario. The world gets destroyed and the cycle begins once again. To continue the game, we must remain mortal.
One thing after another.
The choice now goes to thee.
as for the Iron Giant you were talking about, you're saying that the first time they appeared was in 9?
That's the first time I remember seeing him. That's why I was asking you if he had come around sooner. I was just thinking about it because they're bringing the Iron Giant back in 15. If you've played the Platinum demo, that's actually someone you fight.
If I'm not mistaken, the Iron Giant was in Final Fantasy IV. I think it was also in 8, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember being in 6, 5, probably. I think it was also in Final Fantasy 3 as well. And it okay, I was going to say it's 10, but 10 is after 9. So. I think it was in 3, 4, 8, and probably 5 before 9. So Iron Giant is is also one of those classic Final Fantasy enemies. So it has been around for a while.
I'll be right back. Just gotta grab something.
Okay. I don't know if you remember this particular section where basically there's a lot of portals.
You are now authorized.
I really don't understand how this works. I just randomly walk in the random portal, so...
It's actually been a while since I've gone this far in the game. I did do a second playthrough, but just due to the ending, which I will not spoil, I cannot bring myself to completing my second playthrough.
Okay.
Let's go.
You have little time. Make it quick.
Now, this one with the panels, is that we're supposed to stay on the panels that light up, or stay off of the ones that light up?
Off them, because they do damage.
Okay.
But I also have to kill these enemies, so... I really don't see the point of them being invisible.
I guess it's probably just like an extra layer of intimidation.
It just makes them more annoying, especially the Ursus.
Yeah.
it's hard to see them attack sometimes. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I would like to be able to...
That was really close.
Yeah. I wish we knew a little bit more about the Ursus, like how exactly they were made. I mean, we know their purpose. You know, their purpose is to destroy everything if the Geeko doesn't show up. But it seems like we could use a little more backstory on them, because they're certainly interesting enemies.
Indeed. Maybe we'll find more about them in the sequel. I mean, since they're probably doing a sequel, I'm sure they'll explain a lot behind the whole mythology of the game. And the Versus is something they'll probably expand as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But like I said before, I don't believe we'll see a sequel for many years, so...
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 will probably be the next title, so...
Yeah, because we got 15, 7 Remake, then 16, like you said.
I thought it would take you much longer.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Exactly.
And Square is definitely keeping themselves busy for the next 2 or 3 years.
I mean, even 16, I doubt we'll see the game before
Let's go.
In 2020, so I believe we still have a lot to wait.
Yeah, it just takes so much longer for people to develop games now. Unless you do what Ubisoft does, and you have several studios working on the sequels at the same time. You know, so you have your yearly releases, which I would prefer Square to not do, because then they'll turn out like the Assassin's Creed games, where it's all buggy and adds very little to the story.
What?
Oh, you died.
What the hell just happened?
You freaking died, man.
How long do you plan to stay asleep?
Roger that.
I think it was a challenge. So. Oh, eliminate your enemies without physical attacks.
Yeah, that explains that.
Okay, so... I don't think I have magic user yet. Okay, Jack can use magic. That's something. I'll probably need to bring someone strong with magic, so... Queen.
Leave it to me.
Time to spam the thunder.
This is probably the only time I ever used magic in the game.
Really? For me, I found the magic to be really useful at times.
Well, I should say magic attack. Typically I didn't use magic attacks because I was more likely to use healing or wall than any other kind of magic.
Yeah, but still, magics like Thunder and Blizzard were really good and did a lot of damage sometimes.
Yeah, I guess I've just never been a big magic user.
And I'm sure you'll enjoy Final Fantasy 12. Because, in my opinion, magic was really useless in that game. That's part of the reason why I don't like the gameplay as much. It feels unbalanced.
Now, speaking of 12, did you ever get to like the final secret boss in that series?
Oh, I did. Despite not liking the game that much, I completed everything, including the secret bosses.
Because that is the one boss I've heard that's probably more notorious than what's his name? Not Pandemonium. Penance.
Well, you can leave the area and come back a few hours later. That the health remains the same, so you can go in, do some damage, back out. If that wasn't the case,
Let's go.
that would have probably have been the hardest boss battle in the history of gaming. You can't believe how many times I had to back out.
This just for you.
Yeah, typically when I hear about the most difficult bosses, I either hear about Penance or Ozma from 9.
Ozma is easy. I don't see why people say it's hard. I mean, it's really does what...
because you'll heal.
But... heal how? I mean... It does heal some time, but it's not that hard to counter that, because if I'm not mistaken, he has around 60,000 life points. So assuming you have powerful characters that pretty much deal the maximum amount of damage, you can pretty much kill him with 7 strikes or something like that. So even if you
now, I've never been able to get very far in Final Fantasy games beyond the main story. So when I'm talking about difficult final bosses, I'm referring to opinions I've heard on YouTube and whatnot.
But I don't believe that you can consider Ozma one of the toughest, not by a long shot. As long as you are well prepared and have some powerful equipment, Ozma is really easy. But yeah, the Dark Aeons are far harder in comparison to Ozma. I mean, even the secret bosses from 12 are harder than Ozma.
I completely forgot about the Dark Aeons.
Oh, you don't want to mess with the Dark Aeons when you think that you're just completed the game.
Oh, I did that once by mistake. I accidentally ran into Dark, what's his name, Aofor? It's the first summon you get.
Valfor. Yep.
Yeah, one hit KO'd everybody.
That's only natural, and that's by far the easiest one.
Good God.
Hey, damn it.
This will be easy.
The aim is terrible at times in this game.
The AI?
No, the aim.
Oh.
I was trying to aim at the pillars, but it was always changing to the enemy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I have to make sure that that door over there stops in front of this symbol when all the pillars are destroyed. So. Okay, this one is destroyed. 2 remaining. Okay, now I'm not sure exactly which way it's supposed to go. What are those flames? Okay, maybe it's the spot where the door will stop. So I'll need to wait till the flames are here, so I can destroy the last pillar. That's probably it. Yep, I think that's it.
Explain that again? I didn't follow.
You notice that these flames were basically changing places? They were over there, yes. Then they changed over there. Basically, when you destroyed all the pillars, where the flames are would represent the place where the door would stop. Because destroying the pillars stops the rotating wall.
Okay.
This is Concordia?
I'm not sure if you remember from Lightning Returns, but in the final area there's a scenario similar to this particular part, because you walk in front of these windows and you see parts of the world.
I was just thinking about that, actually.
The same happens in Lightning Returns. I mean, it's another reference to that game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that are connected. And it's proof that the games were meant to be
How much further do we have to...
connected to each other in some way.
Let's go. It's all you.
I take the hand of the rod. Leave it to me.
Yes, instead of fighting Sid the Judge, you're fighting Boonville's God of Light.
Yep, that's basically it. It's even like we said in a previous stream. Basically, the crystal wipes out the memories of the dead, and Boonville's objective was similar. Basically, the people that would carry on to the new world would have to basically forget about the dead. Even that is very similar.
And that is pretty interesting because, I mean, you could argue by then the whole Fabula Nova Crystallis thing had been abandoned.
Mm-hmm. And I'm losing a lot of characters here. Wasn't expecting this to be this harder. Let me hit you, god damn it. I'll just switch to 7. It's a lot easier to hit all the enemies.
Yeah. Yes, he's good about wide areas of attack.
Mm-hmm.
You are now authorized to proceed.
Where the hell am I supposed to go now? I think I'm stuck in this platform. Oh. Damn it, there goes my exit. Okay, I'm at the center. I'm assuming it's this way. Finally, I'm out of there.
Is this Lorica?
Well, what remains of Lorica at least. Not much left after that Ultima bomb.
Nope.
I've had about enough of this.
Go ahead and use your triangle circle move.
I don't think I will need it. This monster is going down really quickly.
Oh wow, yeah, usually they don't go down that quick.
It's because they're level 20. In the Japanese version, the enemies around here would be around level 35, more or less, so they really did things a lot easier. I'll just save here just in case.
Man, we are really blazing through this last level.
Yep. With some decent equipment, this is really easy. It's like I said, that mission where you go to conquer Concordia for good, it's by far the hardest mission in the game. After that, it's really easy. Ouch.
I think it's kind of funny how Juice is actually doing some damage here.
They look pretty tough.
They look pretty tough, but they're still level 20.
This is no small time.
This form also teems with life. Have you thought of the evolution that battle brings forth? This is one.
Really? I'm not hitting it. Damn it.
Over already?
I don't know if you remember, but when they were selling the collector's editions of these games, well, this game, they actually had one that included a manga. And later on, they actually sold that manga in bookstores. And I was able to actually get a copy of it. I think it was about $12. It wasn't very big compared to most of them you get. But what's interesting is the people who read that book along with their collector's edition probably had a lot spoiled for them. Because each chapter takes place at a different point in the game. And each chapter gets further and further into the main story. And essentially what each chapter tells you is what happens before, during, or after a specific mission. So you get a little extra story here and there. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for the people who got it the day the game came out because they got spoiled bad.
But let's be honest, the internet these days pretty much spoils everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
I knew about I exactly didn't know about the ending, but I was sure how the game would end because of the spoilers. I remember watching cosplays back in 2011, if not mistaken, and it basically I saw a cosplay of Machina and Ram crying over the bodies of the remaining Class 0 members, and I was like,
holy crap! They spoiled the very last scene of the game.
Yep, and I was like, I'm sure that a lot of characters are going to die in this game. I haven't played it yet, but I know how it will end.
Yeah, well, I knew that would happen, but I didn't know how it would happen, which is why I would say whenever that one specific track plays in the game, I would freak out that someone's about to die. Because I knew people did die, I just didn't know who, when, how, or why.
Are you alright?
I'm just glad that Final Fantasy 15 is going to be released at the same time, both in Japan and North America and Europe. That way, most likely I won't be spoiled. So that's good to hear. I really hope that Square Enix does the same about other titles like Kingdom Hearts 3. I can't even imagine when Kingdom Hearts gets released, if it gets released like 2 months or 3 before North America and Europe.
If it gets released before anyone else, I'm just going to go dark on the internet for a couple months.
I probably will do the same, but it will be really hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because there's so many things that I want to happen in number 3. So part of me is going to be curious to see, well, maybe I'll look and see if the things I wanted to happen do happen, but that's still a spoiler. And I'll just end up regretting it.
What are those things?
But the internet is a place where you're not safe anywhere. I can tell you, for example, I'm not sure if I talked about this in a previous stream or not, but you know that I'm a big Uncharted fan, and basically Uncharted 4, the developers were teasing about that it would be Drake's last adventure, and there were a lot of people talking about that he was probably going to die at the end. And I was playing the game, I was like halfway through, and I randomly went to YouTube to watch a video, but it was not Uncharted 4 related. And what happened was, there's that particular part about that YouTube has called suggested videos. You know about that second? And
suggested.
And there was a video showing Uncharted 4's ending, and it was basically showing that Nate was alive. And I was like, oh damn, there goes all the hype.
Yep.
So you're not safe anywhere.
I've had that happen to me a couple times.
You should at least be able to do this.
Yeah, if they ever re-release the Uncharted games, like maybe on PS4, I'll probably give them another shot. I just kind of had a bad impression with the first game, and I know this doesn't bug many people too much, but I'm not a fan of swearing. And so when I played the first game, there's this one guy, I'm guessing he's Hispanic or something, and pretty much every other word he's just swearing, and just kind of turned me off, so I didn't really play any of the games after that. You know, I got maybe halfway through the first Uncharted. But just considering all the good things people have said about the other games, I might give them another shot. But for me, that's just one of my pet peeves, is language.
But that
also, I
I
have a horrible habit. If I hear something repeated enough, I'll actually say it myself. So that's another reason why I try to avoid that stuff. I'll end up repeating it without meaning to.
But yeah, like we were saying, I just hope that Square doesn't mess up with those games. Release at the same time worldwide, that's the perfect option.
Nobody likes a stubborn pest.
I kind of wish they did that with the Bravely Default games, at least with the Bravely Second. But there was like a 3-month period, I think, where we didn't get it, and everyone else had it.
This should
Are you ready?
He's going to be tough. Probably. Oh boy, I'm stuck in here. Oh damn it. I hate those invisible walls. Barriers or whatever.
I do like how these roosters get more intimidating as you go on.
But the fact that they are too easy to kill pretty much kills all the intimacy.
I think intimacy is the wrong word.
Sorry. My bad. Sorry. Messed up.
That right there is the highlight of the stream. We're going to post that one on Facebook right there.
Oh damn it! Don't do that. I'm going to remove this particular section.
No, I've looked into. I don't think you can remove this section, but I know we can highlight it and post that everywhere.
Oh,
Be
don't
happy
do that.
I don't have the account information for this stream, because otherwise I'd do it.
proceed onward.
Damn it! I only realized after I said it.
Behold what has befallen the realm you failed.
It's like, honey, I know we're supposed to be having a really intimate moment, but this armor you're wearing and these horns on your head is just really killing the mood.
Oh dear God. Dude, I have an excuse. English is not my native language, so I can occasionally do mistakes like this one. Sorry about it.
Yeah, well, if you've ever wondered why Americans love foreign exchange students so much, you just found out why firsthand.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's not all of it, but in all honesty, though, we do love it whenever we get students from other countries. To us, that's just like the best thing that can happen.
I feel bad about them.
Unfortunately, every time we do have someone from another country, it seems like the only thing they ever really learn from us is new curse words. Or it's like sometimes they learn the wrong things.
That happens always.
Yeah. Or what'll happen is people will come up to the exchange student, they're like, okay, so how do you say this curse word in your language? And so basically they could get away with cussing at the teachers and not get in trouble for it.
That's somewhat clever.
Yeah. The maturity of American high school students.
Okay, this battle is being a lot tougher than I was expecting. And I have no healers left.
Do we have any characters left? Third
Nope.
character you could bring in?
Nope.
Oh, poop.
Okay, time to do some serious damage.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, I lost 9.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's now. Almost there.
Leave nothing in my way.
Don't forget, use the down arrow to heal. Do not pull up the menu.
Okay. Almost there. Hopefully. Really? How the hell did he block?
Oh, almost.
Okay, just one more. And it's done.
Run! Leave nothing in my way. I am the Lord of...
Victory is ours.
I think the next area is the final battle, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we can stop by here today. We're near our time, so I think it's a perfect opportunity to save and continue tomorrow.
Yeah, I think this is good timing because since this is going to be the next boss, it's going to be a lot of cutscenes and it'll probably just really place us way over our usual time.
Yep.
And also, this is something you want time to take to appreciate what happens next. You don't want to rush through it.
So true. There's a lot happening in the next few cutscenes.
Yep, be sure to bring your hanky.
Mm-hmm. And be sure to bring your tears as well, because this is going to be one hell of an ending.
Oh, yeah. Without going into spoilers, I will just say this is probably my favorite ending of any of the Final Fantasy games I've played.
That's interesting, because although I think it's a really good ending, there's a lot of other endings that I just find to be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. Then
Well,
again,
maybe I'm placing it a tad too high. I would definitely say it would be at least in the top 5. Because there are other endings I do love as well.
Well, I usually prefer happy endings, so maybe that's the reason I don't like this ending that much. But one of my favorite endings is actually very tragic, and it's Crisis Core. So, but that stands really
that would
really
definitely
high.
go in my top 5.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And well, it's funny. It's like we're mentioning our favorite endings, that they're all spin-offs and not main series. Because I mean, you could argue it's main series or a spin-off, but Lightning Returns, I really love that one.
Well, to be honest, Lightning Returns, I think it was a little too much happy, to be honest. I mean, I like the endings that in a way makes sense and it's believable. And I think Lightning Returns was just one of those endings like, let's just make this a happy ending and that's it. Almost like Final Fantasy X-2, where they basically brought back Tidus. It was just a happy ending just so that fans would be happy. There was no reason to bring him back. So.
Yeah, well, at least with Lightning Returns, you have to think about the fact everyone had lived about 500 years in this place to where you're supposed to be in the afterlife, but you can still die, and once you die, that's it. There is no afterlife, you know? It was kind of a hellish existence. So, really, everyone did deserve that happy ending.
Well, deserve is one thing, but the whole concept of how that ending was written, for me, didn't feel that great. But that's just my opinion. Although I did find the writing of the 500 years that passed, and the characters had to pretty much carry all the hatred, all the sadness that they carried over the last centuries. There's a lot going on. I mean, Snow was always grieving about Sarah's death. Noel was always thinking about how the world came to an end because it was his fault that he killed basically the goddess. I found really interesting how how the developers wrote all that in the game, but the ending itself, it wasn't so great for me.
Oh no, the enemy I thought was kind of cheap. I mean, Lightning Returns has been out for a couple years, so I guess we can. It's okay for me to say this. I mean, the whole the deity is the bad guy thing has been overplayed so much in Final Fantasy games, and it's kind of like he's evil for the same reason. He doesn't understand that which he has created, and so he's just trying to start over. I mean, in Final Fantasy and Japanese games in general, that's just used so much that, as far as him being the final boss, I thought that was kind of dumb and predictable. But in terms of everyone just finally getting a happy ending, that I loved. And being able to start over.
I guess, but... okay. I'll accept it then.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think we're starting to get a tad off topic. We're starting to fangirl over everything but Type-0. So, I think this right now is a good stopping point. So, to those who are watching our stream, we will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, where we will finally finish our adventures here with Type-0. And we hope to see y'all then.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.